Okay, guys, trying to figure out how best to do this. You guys can see me well. Let's see. We'll start here, maybe. I feel like that's better, but it's far away. It feels. Morning. Okay. I'm gonna move this back down over here. Oh, and my lights just went out. Oh. Well, good morning for those of you that are here and joining me, or whenever it is you might be popping in to watch. I'm just going to lower this sound balls just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so today's practice is going to be the Tibetan Rejuveination Rites. I also planned to do the microcosmic orbit today, and I am realizing that time is probably not going to allow for that because I have my adorable 8-year-old today, and I have to take him to school at about 7. I was like trying to figure out where the camera is. So I am going to go ahead and get us set up really quickly for the practice today because I have to pop off right at 7, and I think it was about 42 minutes when I recorded it, and I wanted to have time for a little savasana. And then I think next week I will pop in and start Wisdom Wednesdays at 5 a.m. and get up a little earlier myself before that. Yeah, okay. Let me get us set up right in for the practices. Let's do it. Oh, also, disclaimer, guys. So when I recorded the audio yesterday, I started with my headphones and is a little fuzzy. I think it'll be fine because it's me and I will understand myself and I will be modeling for myself. But about halfway through, I recorded without headphones anymore, so the volume and audio should get better. And once again, I'll be redoing the audios and classes and everything every week, regardless if I'm doing them the day before, and then practicing for my own benefit and betterment the next day. It will still be always fresh new material, freshly channeled. Okay, and that's it for today. Okay, let me get set up. All right. It's trying to figure out, oh no, how best to set up the cameras so that you guys can see me for all the practices. Because most of them are on the floor, but the first one is a standing one. So I have to do a little adjusting of the camera here and there. I'm on my webcam today. I don't know how much I love this, but we'll figure it out. There we go. Back in the middle. That's going to be better. Okay. So I think this better. Shift to Sorry guys, those are my subliminals and my ocean sounds that were like really loud that I did not anticipate. Okay. Yes, my love. It's gonna be this way because I'm gonna be doing the live. This is the best I can do. No. Yes. I'm talking about for other people. We will talk about it later. Yes. Love you. Love you too. Okay. So I'm realizing that that's what I want to get done today. Today was the day that I have to take my friend to school at 7 a.m. So I have to hop off at that time to get him to school. Then I'm probably going to want to start coming at 5 a.m. to do this. And so I'm thinking probably best to do that. This week, I am pre-recording this, so it's actually Tuesday, 4:05 p.m. And so I'm not sure if it's going to be a 5 a.m. or 5:30 show up time for me tomorrow, but I'm definitely going to show up earlier than anticipated because I want to have more time to do these practices and to be with you. So for today, I am only going to pre-record. I think it would be awesome to pre-record the microcosmic orbit and really let myself take off and fly. I'm comfortable enough to do it this way and think I can have the same ride. So I'm going to try that out and kind of see what the contrast is. But so far, I'm really digging the pre-recording. So I can just immerse myself in the practice along with you and have like a real kind of sadhana experience for myself. So I love that for me. Okay. So today we're going to be working with the Tibetan 5 rejuvenation rites. And so let me see. Is there anything that I want to say about the postures, about this tradition? You know what? I'm just going to kind of go right into what I have here. So welcome. This is Wisdom Day. I'm also super excited for once I all this practice and sadness day, and then I can start to add all the other content and things that I'm going to be doing. That I'm very, very excited about. Okay, I digress. Excitement. So for the Tibetan rejuvenation rites, there are 5 of them. And we are given usually the instruction to practice them 7 to 21 times a day, and to aim for your body feeling really soft and supple after the practice, not rigid and tense. So that's going to be your barometer. You're looking for soft and supple, not rigid and tense. So you want to aim for the amount of exercises for each one that allow your body to be soft and supple. If you notice it going into rigid and tense, you're maybe doing too much or too little, so you want to regulate that for yourself. You want to make sure you go at a pace that feels aligned for your body as always. What that means, though, in this case, is that some people have a nervous system that prefers to go slow, and some people have a nervous system that prefer to go fast, and others, like myself, have a nervous system that fluctuates and it needs to be able to go in the speed that it desires in order to harmonize and create balance. So I want you to really be aware of that for yourself and make good choices. As always, really tune in to yourself and see what it is that your body is needing today, right now. And I really recommend treating this like a yogic practice. And in that sense, utilizing your breath to flow into the movement. And in this way, when we do that, we allow the energy to move the body instead of using the body to move the energy, which takes a lot more energy. It is a very different life experience that I personally find is less pleasurable. So honor your body and where you are at in your practices. Remember that practices create strength over time and they're called practices for a reason. It's because we come back to them and we practice. Some days we are awesome, some days we are not. And that is why we continue to practice. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by rubbing the hands together, warming them up and creating some nice heat, getting the fingers in between each other and really feeling the friction as you rub your fingers. And then I want you to begin with your thumbs to press into the centers of the palm of the hand and begin to activate what in traditional Chinese medicine is known as the gong centers or the gong corners. We have these on both the centers of the hand and on the feet. And so we're just going to spend a few minutes right now opening up those centers So these are our energetic centers. And so I want you to think of them as kind of like little suction cups that live in our hands and our feet, and actually allow us to siphon and suck in energy from the earth. And Seraphila, I need you to lower it to where we agreed, my love. Thank you. Please don't go a lot higher. It's too loud up here. I know. Everything around us. And so what I want you to do is you open up and activate those spaces today. Is I want you to start to tune in and feel what it feels like. Notice the energy. The second thing that I want to go over before we move into the practice is perineum pumping or perineum pull-ups, as sometimes they are called. And so for some of you that might be popping on here that have your own practice, awesome, I love it. You know what you're doing here. I don't need to go into it. But for those of you that might be finding me and might be new to practices, might really need a little more teaching and guidance. While I don't go super in depth on here because this is more of a donation-based forum, and please feel free to reach out to me if you ever do want more in-depth one-on-one teaching or trainings. Also, please like, share, subscribe. If I am on the live social medias where if you press the screen, it gives me stuff, please press my screen and give me all the things, all the galaxies and just all the things. It's for me and my beautiful little 8-year-old, and we greatly appreciate it. And also, I'm not going to lie, I love to spoil you guys and share my love with the world. So, it helps keep me full, and so anyway, going back to the perineum pumping or the perineum pull-ups. What I want you to maybe focus on today, if you are wanting to explore a little bit extra with the practices, and especially in terms of connecting with the energetic experience while you are doing the practice, a lot of that comes to being able to be in connection with your perineum, which is that space between the genitals and Uranus. Love that little thing. Anyway. And so, what you want to do with that, and the way that I have been taught from a feminine practice to work with that, and this is my default unless I am choosing to work with the energy in very particular and specific ways, in which then I will use different ways of pumping the perineum for specific reasons that I'm not going to go into here. Yeah, way too. Anyway, so for your basic base level perineum pumping or pull-ups, just for kind of rejuvenation, activation, grounding, healing, that base level, just kind of energy management, energy hygiene. What I recommend you explore with is first, just pumping intuitively and seeing what feels good, and kind of seeing what naturally happens. Where naturally do you find your body wants to contract and hold, and where it wants to exhale and release. This gives you information about yourself. And first and foremost, I think these practices are about giving you information about yourself. So I really invite you to take that information in. And while I'm communicating all this, please be opening up those energy centers. I'm sure I'm doing a great job of showing you because I love being a little teacher's pet. And this is a very fun experience I'm creating for myself, being my own teacher's pet. I love this for me. You're doing such a good job. You're such a good girl. And so, I know, I'm cracking myself up. Okay, back to the perineum pumping. So first, I want you to just intuitively play around with what feels good. And then once you kind of get a sense for that, get a gauge, kind of get a feel for what your body is into, then I want you to explore and see what it feels like to consciously choose to, on the inhale, hold and contract the perineum as softly and as gently as you can, and holding all of the energy as it begins to build up inside of you, to fill up, and then to release the perineum on the exhale, and then just totally relax and just allow yourself to feel and be present with the energy as it moves through you and to notice that. And so my suggestion for you is as we move into these practices today, if you want to explore a little bit more with feeling the energy, learning about energy, then I really recommend you play around with that. What I've learned hands down is if you have psychic gifts and abilities, if you are in tune with energy, you want to learn more about it, best way, experiential, be with it. As energy is such a unique thing, it communicates a little bit differently to each of us. And so while you can study it and learn about it through other people, through communication, there's nothing that beats experiential when it comes to this. So I always highly recommend that as well as some tidbits on practices that I found the most important. Okay, now that we are all nice and warmed up in our energy centers, let's begin our practice. So today's practice, we're going to start with our spinning and our twirling. So we're going to get onto our mat. We make sure we have nice space to move. Maybe you want to set up in your little nice cozy den
Cameras.
later for our microcosmic orbit meditation. But right now, I want you to have nice good space. And we're going to begin in the star position. You're going to stand with your feet shoulder width apart. We're going to extend our arms out to the sides, just shoulder height, making sure you're not cranking too high or too low, creating any extra pressure on the shoulders. Your left palm is going to be facing up, your right palm is going to be facing down. No strain in the hip or the shoulder. And then you're going to begin slowly first. And then you can pick up more speed and take a moment to really let me go through what's going to happen before you do the first minute. So before you start the spin, you're going to do that clockwise and you're going to pick a single non-moving point to focus on in order to avoid dizziness. Okay, beautiful. So now that we clarified that, let's make sure we have you all ready. You're in your star position. Your feet are shoulder width apart. Arms are extended out to the sides, shoulder height. Left palm is facing up, right palm facing down. No strain in the hips or the shoulders. Taking a nice breath, having your focal point that you know you're going to be looking for as you begin to spin clockwise and begin now spinning 7 to 21 times and no more than that. I am so interested to see how the timing is going to work out because I am not doing the practices. I'm just kind of utilizing some oracle magic. So I'm going to trust that the time I spend here is going to give me exactly the right amount of time for my own personal practice as well as demoing for you guys. I usually aim for the 21, but I haven't done this practice in a little bit. I'm coming back to it because I've been wanting to practice teaching it because I can offer it more with confidence. So I thought this would be a perfect way to throw my hat in the ring. Okay, so remembering to honor your body's natural boundaries so that others can reflect that back to you. Oh, I must say that again because I stuck that in there. Yes, we are spinning, but we are doing these practices and we are staying in tune to honor our body's natural boundaries so that other people can reflect that back to us. And so focus on the breath and the flow of energy moving through your body. Do what you can. Listen to your body. If you're completed before I am finished speaking, you can take a comfortable seated position until I cue you for the next thing, or you can rest in Savasana, child's pose, whatever your body is calling to do. Take as many breaks as you need. Remember, true strength is built with consistency, not force. And when you are ready, you're going to gradually slow down, come to a stop.
Going to stand still for a moment and take a breath and breathe. Hopefully, picking that spot, you're not feeling too dizzy and there's no nauseousness. But if for any reason there is, that's no problem. What I want you to do then is I want you to make a fist and stick out your thumbs as if you were hitching a ride. Your arms should still be out at the side. And then I want you to kind of cross your eyes and just look in towards your nose if you're not sure what that means. And then I want you to slowly bring your thumbs in towards the middle of your body until they come to touch together. And I want you to look at them through the periphery of your eyes. As you do that, you're going to see lots of fingers. You're going to see duplicates, which is great. That's what we want. And we want you to bring them close together until the thumbs touch. And then no more duplicate. And you should be reset and ready for action and not spilling or falling or feeling dizzy. Beautiful. Here, taking a nice deep breath. We are going to do a movement that it's kind of a hybrid movement that is inspired from a Shakti Shiva mudra as well as a Qigong movement that a teacher of mine taught me. So what we're going to do first is we're going to inhale and raise the arms up overhead to gather energy from the sky. And we're going to inhale to pull that energy down through our vessel, down through our root chakra. On the exhale, you'll draw it up to that root. And then on the inhale again, you're going to pull it up to the heart. You're going to arc it around, offer it to yourself. And then when you bring it back to your heart, then you can offer it out to the rest of the world. That way, you're really learning to fill yourself up, drawing the energy of the universe down through your body, moving it through the earth, pulling it back up, and then pulling up now the energies of both the earth and the celestial heavens up to the root, and then offering it from the heart after you have armed it and filled yourself up. One more time, we will do that movement as you collect the energy, use it to heal your auric field, repair any damages, upgrade it, activate it, allow your mind to be open to any of the visualizations that might come through. And then taking a breath. You're going to begin to slowly make your way to Savasana as we come into our leg raises. And you're going to lie flat on the back, arms at your side, palms facing down. Taking a inhale and an exhale out. Just allowing yourself to be present. On your inhale, I want you to press the arms gently onto the floor. And then as you exhale, allow your breath to lift your legs up into a 90-degree bend, keeping the knees straight while you float the upper body up from the core, careful not to strain the neck. Tuck the chin to elongate the vertebrae. Hips stay relaxed on the floor. And then lowering the body back down into Savasana. Relaxing and letting everything go. going from action to relaxation. You're going to repeat this movement again for up to 21 repetitions and no more. Doesn't matter if you can do more. Doesn't matter if you're like, I could do this all day, every day. Great. That's not what we're going for. We are going for subtle, su- supple, and soft in our body. And that is what I want you to aim for. And also, if you can't get up to 21, that's okay. Good for you, boo. You only need two, and then your body feels soft and supple. I love that for you. Amazing. Good for you. Focus on the breath. Feel that flow of energy moving through your body. Maybe working on those perineum pumps or pull ups. Remembering to do what you can to listen to your body, to take as many breaks as you need. True strength is built with consistency, not force. Breathing, rising up on your inhale, coming back down on the exhale, allowing the energy to float you up, and then exhale to bring you back down. As you are complete and feeling ready for the next movement, make your way to slowly come to standing.
I'm going to do this one seated just so you can see me in the frame because I don't want to keep going up and down and the rest of the movements are relatively on the floor. Please stand though if you are doing it.
Taking a nice, big, deep breath in. We're going to do that hybrid movement of that kind of Shakti, Shiva Mudra, and that Qigong movement of drawing yoni chi to the heart. So you'll have a soft bend in the knees, kind of being able to bounce, pelvis loose and free to move. Inhaling arms up overhead. Exhaling to bring the energy down through the earth, bringing it up through the earth and pulling it back through your root chakra, up through your heart, and then around, onto it through the crown of your head, filling yourself up first to the brim, and then when it comes back to your heart, offering it to the world. Beautiful. You'll do that 3 times. Remembering to utilize this energy to repair any tears in your auric field, to upgrade and activate. This energy is first and foremost for you to do what you desire. Source yourself from source so you don't have to source from others and don't let others source from you. So you're ready. We're going to come into our next practice. It's going to be a kind of mini camel pose to mini rabbit pose. And so, again, remember, no more than 7 to 21 times. And it's okay if you can't make that 7. Just know that. Like, if you are soft and supple with 2 of every movement, 1, that's okay. That's where you're at. You showed up and you're here, you already won. You're ahead of the game. You showed up. Most people don't. So we're going to start here first in a kneeling position. And you're going to place your hand on the lower back. You're going to press down gently for support. And then as you inhale, you're going to feel the belly slowly arching your back and lifting your chest towards the sky. A little mini camel, heart opening pose. You can let the head fall back, letting everything go. And as you inhale, slowly transition by curling your upper body, reaching your arms out in front or alongside your feet, holding on to the heels, tucking your chin to your chest as you move into a mini rabbit pose. And when you are ready for your next exhale, slowly, gently, mindfully go back to the mini camel pose, alternating back and forth for up to 21 times, no more than that. Remembering the aim is for supple in the body. And so again, starting in that kneeling position and placing your hands on that lower back, pressing down gently for support as you inhale, filling the belly, slowly arching your back, lifting your chest towards the sky for that mini camel, feeling that heart open as you drop the head back, roll the shoulders open. Your inhale slowly transitions by curling back into that rabbit. And I invite you to just focus on the breath, feeling that flow of energy as it moves you in your body. Yeah. Feeling as you pump that perineum and remembering, do what you can, listen to your body. So don't judge yourself. If you can't feel the energy, if you're like, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, then no, because you should just be having fun and enjoying it. It should just feel good. That's all. There's no right or wrong. It's just about getting you into your body so that it can feel good. That's it. Take as many breaks as you need, because true strength is built with consistency, not force. And when you are ready to exit, gently lift your head and your torso back up to the kneeling position and return to a neutral spine. Taking a breath here, nice full inhale and exhale. And then as you are complete and ready for the next movement, make your way to slowly come to standing. As always, we'll do those three. I gotta come up with a name for it. I'm gonna call it, I think, I don't know. I'll come up with a name for it for next time. But we're gonna do the three transitional movements. We're gonna really gather that energy from the celestial realms. We're gonna bring it all the way down through our body. We're gonna gather it and mix it up with that earth energy. And then we're gonna pull up that celestial and that earth energy now mixed together back up through our root, through our heart. We're going to pull it out. We're going to ankh it. We're going to give it to ourselves. We're going to pour it into the crown of our head. We're going to purify ourselves. And with that purified heart, we're going to give it away. Again, pulling down that energy, filling yourself up. Gathering it back up at the root, through the heart, through the crown. And offering that purified energy from a full cup of overflowing. One last time, making sure you are always, always focusing first on repairing your auric field, upgrading your auric field, activating your auric field, and then
giving from the excess. Beautiful. Taking a breath here. And then slowly making your way to a seated position on the mat into Tadasana as we move into our tabletop float posture. So again, we will start here in Tadasana. And so legs will be stretched out in front of you, arms at your side, palms pressing into the floor, fingers facing forward with no anticipation. Taking a breath, a nice inhale, an exhale. On your next inhale, press the palms gently onto the mat as you bend the knees and push the feet into the floor and float the belly up to the sky as you drop the head back. On the exhale, coming back to Tadasana, pressing into the hands, contracting in the pelvis and the low belly, and holding yourself in an arm balancing float if that is available to you. If you do not, just come back to a sitting posture. And then you can repeat this movement again for up to 21 times and no more than that. And then whenever you are done, come to rest in Tadasana and we will meet there. So again, that's aiming for 7 to 21 of these movements. And remembering the bigger aim is soft and supple body. So if you get that after doing one, you're good. That's what's most important. All right, beautiful. Continuing to, on the inhale, press the palms, bend the knees, push into the feet and float the belly up. And on the exhales to come back down in that Tadasana float if it is possible, or seat. Focus on the breath. Feel the flow of energy moving through your body, doing those perineum pull-ups, and do what you can. Listen to your body. Take as many breaks as you need. Go slow. Remembering true strength is built with consistency, not force. As you find yourself complete with this movement and ready to come to the next phase, allow yourself to make your way slowly to come to standing. As again, we collect the energy from above, the celestial realms, draw it down through the hollow flute of our body, the Sushumna channel, letting it course through the earth as we pull it up, through the root chakra, past the heart, where we pull it out, and then we ankh the energy through the crown, filling ourselves, pulling it back down to the heart, and then expressing it to the world. Doing that 3 times. And just allowing for yourself to purify your field, to heal yourself. And then we're going to come into our final rite, which is a kind of variation of, and I'm still honestly trying to parse this one out. It's either supposed to be a cobra pose to a mountain or a down dog. And I'm still undecisive on which one it should be. It's described as an upside down V, which normally would be mountain. But then typically most of the times when it's taught, It's hips with distance, which then is down dog. And for the flow of the movement coming from the cobra pose, it makes more sense to inhale into a cobra and exhale up into a down dog, whereas it would become an exhale to a cobra, down to savasana, up to a mountain, down to savasana, up to a cobra. And so, for the sake of that today, we're going to do the variation where we're going to go into the cobra pose, into the down dog, because it just creates an ease of the inhale, exhale, breath, and movement without adding that extra kind of breath cycle. And I'm going to play with that variation later on down the line, because I also just think it'll be more fun then. All right, great. So we're going to make your way slowly to come. You're going to lie face down with your belly on the mat. Relax. Your legs extended, letting the feet stay the hips width apart. They'll relax. Toes and heels can be slightly curled in towards each other. Arms can be stretched out for a moment. And then you're going to bring them and place them underneath your shoulders. If you were here with me yesterday, you heard the cueing a little bit on the placement of the arms. And if not, we'll go over that again. So where you place your arms is going to affect the ability to lift up higher in the cobra based on the flexibility of your spine. And so if your hands are nearer to the hips, there's going to be the ability for more curvature and more lift. So you're just going to adjust your hand placement to wherever is appropriate for you today in this moment for your spine and your level of flexibility. And so with that, find where is a great place for the hands. Fingers are going to be pointing forward. Toes are going to be tucked. No anticipation in the body, soft and relaxed. Forehead pressed to the mat. As you inhale, press the toes and slide the upper body forward and up. And then press the chin back to elongate the spine. And then draw the eyes up towards the ceiling, and as if you're trying to look to the back of the room to feel that activation in the thyroid. When you're ready for that exhale, just let yourself come down and right up into that V position of that downward dog. And so you're going to have the fingers spread wide, pressing into the mat, pressing up and out of the shoulders, a slight arch in the upper back. And hold the pose only as long as you can stay empty in the lungs. As soon as you need that inhale and that in-breath, you go right ahead and you go back down into that cobra posture. And then you're just going to flow back and forth through those movements 7 to 21 times. No more than 21. Doesn't matter if you could do it all day. We're going for soft and supple bodies. And so focus on the breath and the flow of the energy moving through your body and the pleasure and the joy that it is awakening inside of the cells of your body. Do what you can, listen to your body, take breaks. If you need to take a moment between the movements, honoring your body and your rhythm, remembering true strength built with consistency, not force. Once you are complete with your movements, begin to find your way to flow to a savasana where we will all meet for a series of 3 savasana stretches. Continue on wherever you are in your practice. I'm going to go ahead now and I'm
I'm just going to cue and share what they are and then come to a completion and allow the practice to close out. However, you and also me in the real time moment and my real time body feels, which may be after the recording is done, and that's okay. And so the way you will complete once you are done with your final movement of cobra and downward dog for today, you're going to come to lay on your back in savasana. And then you're going to float and bring the arms up overhead. And you're going to stretch them as they stay just floating above you. And let them come down to the floor for a moment. And then on your inhale, you're going to, from the core, kind of lift up, almost a little bit like a bow. And then you're going to stretch the arms back behind you overhead, reaching back for the floor. You're going to stretch the feet also down, like the pointing the toes down towards the earth. And really feel an elongation in the spine, almost like a kind of stretching of a bow. You're going to maintain the stretch for 1 to 3 full cycles of breath, whatever feels good for your body. And then you're going to exhale and come down. And you're going to do that stretch for 3 repetitions. And you'll come to rest in Savasana. And so I'm going to say that one last time with ease to make sure you got it. You're going to be in Savasana. You're going to you're going to inhale the arms up overhead. And you're going to exhale, lay. And then on your following inhale from the core of the body, you're going to extend and float, stretching the arms, reaching back towards the earth behind you, allowing the feet also to stretch, pointing towards the earth. And then on the exhale, you will come down. You'll do that for 1 to 3 breath cycles for each stretch. And then you will do the stretch for 3 repetitions. When you are complete, you will come to lay in Savasana, where you will spend a few moments of recovery time before we transition to the meditation for the microcosmic orbit. Thank you so very much.
Do the microcosmic orbit next week, guys. I'll get up earlier. Now you just enjoy these last few minutes. You just laid before 7 a.m. It's time for the live. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Okay. Thank you for streaming with me. I'm going to pop off a little early and go get my littles and get them off to school. Love you.